Hi, Tuesday poetry lovers. My name is Lennart Lundh, coming to you as usual from just outside Chicago. And my offering for you this month is a trio of prose poems. Misdemeanors. Remember the old place with the vine-covered wall? We'd ride our bikes the 2 miles along the rutted, sun-baked dirt road from the small village our parents raised us in. Quiet so the old woman who lived in the house behind the brick barrier wouldn't hear us, or so we hoped. The oldest of us girls would steady a bike so the youngest could climb up on the saddle and pick from the apple trees, whose branches hung over to seduce us into petty theft. One piece only for each of us. And I remember as we rode away that I'd turn and wave, mouthing my thanks on our behalf. Thieves we might have been, but raised with manners and gratitude. With the years, I fully believed she saw and heard us, and didn't understand why she never called out to chastise or came by to tell our mothers. 2 young girls changed that for me today, hoping I didn't see them, lithe as silent deer as they crossed my yard, to each take an apple fallen from its branch. This is why our boldness was forgiven without mention. We were aiding and abetting an old woman's memories of being young. We declare the war is over, except it isn't. The memories are still fresh, and so we rehash the cowardly enemy, his unconscionable atrocities, our brave men and their acts of heroism. We watch the documentaries, parades and propaganda, salute those who've returned, and bow our heads for those who never can. The war is over, except for unfinished business. The time for plowshares is upon us, the labor of undoing the work of bombs and shells, bullets and rockets. Instead of exacting tribute, grinding lives beneath our heels, we feed recent enemies and allies alike, rebuild their cities, restore their fields, restart their industries. The war is over, except it never really is. The alliances shift, bonds deepen or break. We embrace those we recently vilified, vilify those we embraced. Waiting just over the horizon, patriotically being prepared for, the next iteration readies itself for the call we told ourselves would never come again. Spring 1967. We were in Paris, maybe even crossed on the sidewalk by a restaurant he couldn't afford and she'd refused to be seen at. The street photographers seemed to follow her. The white cowl and overgrown Peter Pan collar were intriguing, alluring, in contrast to the stay-away message broadcast by the houndstooth suit with its knee-length skirt. She and the cameras might well have been in a snow globe bubble, unaware of and unshaken by the larger world. He was a traveling student and minstrel, of little interest to anyone for long, even when he chose the wrong street, stepping into a colorful riot of bricks and tear gas, flaming bottles, and the bullet of a gendarme who mistook his shoulder-slung guitar for a rifle but didn't take his life. And I was a passerby, an involved witness to their lives, oddly in love with her while she loved both of us. I don't believe we ever met the shooter. The 3 of us lost track not long after. This is the way this poem ends, as this is the way the world ends, with neither a bang nor a whimper.